Welcome family, this is tutorial part 2 all about P delta effect from 4 pre-designed checklist for 20-story apartment building. In tutorial part 1, we have seen that all about damage limitation, and finally we have prepared Excel checklist together. Today I will show you a checklist for P delta effect or that of second order analysis. Watch up to the end and don't forget subscribe the channel, like this video, and finally drop any comment, maybe your question or suggestion for next video. Thank you for your support. Let's start today's tutorial. Before proceeding to today's tutorial, let's tell you some information and definition. So this is the 3D model for 20-story apartment building with 3 basements, and the analysis is completed. And this is the Excel template sheets as a checklist for P delta effect and that of second order analysis. So let's go back to all about the definitions of P delta effect and how it's occur. P delta effect or that of second order analysis occur due to a vertical load moved from the center of vertical structure creates an additional moment. So the implication is does consider or not the effects of this additional moment. So let's back to the ETABS model and check all these effects. Let's go to the display option here, show tables. From this, let's uncheck this box. So let's go to the structural outputs here. From this other output items, check the box that story force. So I don't need all the load patterns. So let's clear all the load patterns. So let's go to the load case also. So let's clear all the load case, make it okay. So from this, let's select a load combination. From all load combination for static and dynamic analysis, I have select the load combination for dynamic analysis. So let's select. This is because our analysis method is a dynamic analysis. So you have to select all the load combination for dynamic analysis in X and Y direction. That is the dominant one. So to save the analysis time, I will select one load combination, but all of you must select all the load combination for response spectrum analysis. So let's select the first load combination. So make it okay. Okay. From this, I have get the axial load at each floor like this, and the shear force in X direction like this, and that of the shear force in Y direction like this. But the shear force in X direction is maximum when compared with that of the shear force in Y direction. This is because the load combination have chose it that dominant in X direction and 30% in Y direction. So the torsion is like this, and that of movement both X and Y direction is given like this. So let's filter the maximum value. So right click here. So let's filter with the maximum value. After that, let's export to Excel. Go to the file menu, export current table to Excel. So our file is exported to Excel like this. So let's go to the story force here. From this Excel data, let's remove all the shear force in Y direction, torsion and movement in X and Y direction. I don't need all this data, but I need the axial load. I need the axial load and that of the shear force in X direction. That is the dominant shear force. The dominant shear force. From this, let's copy the design drift, that is dr. So from the last tutorial, that is for the damage limitation. For the damage limitation, let's copy the design drift. This is the design drift that multiplied with the behavioral factor. So let's copy all these drifts. Copy. So let's paste here. Let's paste here. Make it okay. So let's make it in table format. After getting the value of axial load P and that of shear force V plus that of design drift dr, we can calculate the value of theta at each floor. So after getting the value of theta, we can go to check with the record standard limit. So let's calculate the value of theta. Let's go to the symbol here. Let's select theta, make it insert. So let's tell you the formula for theta, or that of interstory drift. So from this theta, which is equals to axial load, that is P times design drift, dr, divided by the value of V, that is shear force. So using this formula, we can calculate interstory drift theta. After that, we can go to check all the interstory coefficient theta to the record standard limit. So let's make it is equals to, so theta, which is equals to axial load P times that of drift value divided by the shear force. Make it okay. So let's drag to all other floors. This is the theta value. Using this theta value, we can compare with the record standard limit. Make it check. So you have to check with the value of 0.1. That is, theta value must be less than or equal to 0.1, or between 0.1, 0.2, and above 0.3. So using this limiting standard, we can limit it. So which is equals to if theta value, that is this value, is less than or equals to, 0.1, so we call it non-sway. So I have to make it a comma. After that, make it a non-sway. Let's make it a non-sway. So comma, if this value greater than or equal to, sorry, 0.3. So our structure is unstable. Yes, our structure is unstable. Yeah, if it is greater than 0.3, our structure is unstable. And if it is between, it's a sway. Yeah. So it's sway. Let's close the bracket. Sorry. Let's close the bracket. I will tell all the definitions of this. So let's drag to all floors. In our case, all the three conditions are happened. So let's interpret all these three conditions one by one. For the non-sway case, so let's mark it for the non-sway case. That's happened when the theta value is less than 0.1. So in this case, you can neglect the effects of P delta, or that of second order analysis. But for the case of non-sway, I have to consider the effects of P delta. This is because the value of theta is between 0.1 and 0.2. But for the unstable case, the theta value is greater than 0.3. So I have to go back to analyze our model again. You will provide shear wall, or add the framing system, or you will add a column section, or that of the number of column, or you will add any vertical structures. So this is all about the effects of P delta, and this is the checklist. Don't forget subscribe our channel, like this video. So next we will see the other checklist from the 4. Have a nice time. Goodbye.